Jai Vishnupada Paramahansa Parivracharya Stotrishta Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swamy Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Hridas Thakur ki Jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Vrindadevi Tulsi Maharani ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jamudirayet Nastaprayesha Vadresho Nityam Bhagavata Seveya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Text 24, Text number 11. Sabhajayan Vishuddhena Sabhajayan Vishuddhena Te Chetasa Tatchikirshitam Chetasa Tatchikirshitam Pragrishyamane Rashubhihi Pragrishyamane Rashubhihi Kardamam Chedam Abhyadat Kardamam Chedam Abhyadat. Cheshitam Shamane Rashubhihi Padhamam Chedam Abhyadat Jayam Vishuddhena Chetasa Satkirtanam Sabhajayan, worshipping. Vishuddhena, pure. Chetasa, with a heart. Tat, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kirshitam, the intended activities. Prahirshyamane, gladdened. Asubhihi, with senses. Kardhamam, to Kardama Muni. Cha, and Devahuti. Idam, this. Abhyadhat, spoke. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. After worshipping the Supreme Lord with gladdened senses and a pure heart for His intended activities as an incarnation, Brahma spoke as follows to Kardama and Devahuti. Purport. As explained in the Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter, anyone who understands the transcendental activities, the appearance and disappearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is to be considered liberated. Brahma, therefore, is a liberated soul. Although he is in charge of the material world, he is not exactly like the common living entity. Since he is liberated from the majority of the follies of the common living entities, he was in knowledge of the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he therefore worshipped the Lord's activities. And with a glad heart, he also praised Kardama Muni because the Supreme Personality of Godhead as Kapila had appeared as his son. One who can become the father of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is certainly a great devotee. There is a verse spoken by a Brahmana in which he says that he does not know what the Vedas and what the Puranas are, but while others might be interested in the Vedas and Puranas, he is interested in Nanda Maharaj, who appeared as the father of Krishna. The Brahmana wanted to worship the Nanda Maharaj because the Supreme Personality of Godhead as a child crawled in the yard of his house. These are some of the good sentiments of devotees. If a recognized devotee brings forth the Supreme Personality of Godhead as his son, how he should be praised. Brahma therefore not only worshipped the incarnation of Godhead Kapila, but also praised his so-called father Kardama Muni. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. I'd like to read the next two verses also, because something wonderful Prabhupada speaks in the purport. I'll just read. Brahmo vacha tvaya me apachitistata kalpita nirvyali taka yenme sanjagre vakyam bhavan manada manayan. Lord Brahma said, my dear son, Kardama, since you have completely accepted my instructions without duplicity, showing them proper respect, you have worshipped me properly. Whatever instructions you took from me, you have carried out, and thereby you have honored me. Purport. Lord Brahma, as the first living entity within the universe, is supposed to be the spiritual master of everyone, and he is also the father, the creator of all beings. Kardama Muni is one of the Prajapatis or creators of the living entities, and he is also a son of Brahma. Brahma praises Kardama because he carried out the orders of the spiritual master in toto and without cheating. A conditioned soul in the material world has a disqualification of cheating. He has 4 disqualifications. He is sure to commit mistakes. He is sure to be illusioned. He is prone to cheat others, and his senses are imperfect. But if one carries out the order of the spiritual master by disciplic succession or parampara system, he overcomes the 4 defects. Therefore, knowledge received from the bona fide spiritual master is not cheating. Any other knowledge which is manufactured by the conditioned soul is cheating only. Brahma knew well that Kardama Muni exactly carried out the instructions received from him, that he actually honored his spiritual master. To honor the spiritual master means to carry out his instructions word for word. Text 13. Etavati eva shushrusha karya pitari putrake bhadham iti anumanyeta gauravena guror vachaha. Sons ought to render service to their father exactly to this extent. One should obey the command of his father or spiritual master with due deference, saying, yes, sir. Purport. 2 words in this verse are very important. One word is pitari and another word is guru. The son or disciple should accept the words of his spiritual master and the father without hesitation. Whatever the father and the spiritual master order should be taken without argument. Yes, there should be no instance in which the disciple or the son says, this is not correct, I cannot carry it out. When he says that, he is fallen. The father and the spiritual master are on the same platform because the spiritual master is the second father. The higher classes are called Dvija, twice born. Whenever there is a question of birth, there must be a father. The first birth is made possible by the actual father, and the second birth is made possible by the spiritual master. Sometimes the father and the spiritual master may be the same man, and sometimes they are different men. In any case, the order of the father or the order of the spiritual master must be carried out without hesitation, with an immediate yes. There should be no argument. That is real service to the father and to the spiritual master. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura has stated that the order of the spiritual master is a life and soul of the disciples. As a man cannot separate his life from his body, a disciple cannot separate the order of the spiritual master from his life. If a disciple follows the instruction of spiritual master in that way, he is sure to become perfect. This is confirmed in the Upanishads. The import of Vedic instruction is revealed automatically by one who has implicit faith in the Supreme Personality of Godhead and in the spiritual master. One may be materially considered an illiterate man, but if he has faith in the spiritual master as well as in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then the meaning of the scriptural revelation is immediately manifest before him. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimanandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Te Bhakti Vedanta Swamy Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Vani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Please repeat the translation. After worshipping the Supreme Lord with gladdened senses and a pure heart for his intended activities as an incarnation, Brahma spoke as follows to Kardama and Devahuti. So this is the chapter called Renunciation of Kardama Muni. Kardama Muni, Mother Devahuti, they followed the instructions of Brahma. Kardama Muni being the Prajapati, being one of the Prajapatis, the father of mankind, who create progeny. All the Prajapatis' origin is Brahma, so he is the father of all the Prajapatis and is the father of all living entities also, in that sense, in this material world. So Brahma is very gladdened with the plan of the Supreme Lord to appear as Lord Kapila to the couple Kardama Muni and Devahuti. So it is said, after worshipping the Supreme Lord, who appeared as Lord Kapila for the couple, with gladdened senses and a pure heart for his extended activities as an incarnation, Brahma spoke to Kardama Muni and Devahuti. Not only he worshipped Lord Kapila, the incarnation of the Lord, but this verse says that he started glorifying Kardama and Devahuti, the father of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is not ordinary thing to father the Supreme Lord in this material world as an incarnation, unless the parents are extremely dear to the Lord by virtue of their devotional service. The Lord is very kind to his devotees, And therefore he comes as an incarnation. And is even kinder in reciprocating with particular jiva who acts as his father and mother. So Lord Brahma praises the exalted position of both Kardama and his wife Devahuti. And in this purport, Prabhupada explains that particularly in this case, Brahma was not only, he was the father of Prajapati, but also he was the spiritual father. Because under his instruction, he carried out this act of uniting with Devahuti for the sake of manifesting the Supreme Personality of God's incarnation as their child. And Lord Kapila, as an incarnation, each incarnation has very specific mission. In that way, Lord Kapila had a very specific mission to present the philosophy of Sankhya to this world. And Prabhupada talks about how Kardama Muni exactly followed in toto the instruction of the spiritual master. And this principle, in the next two purports, Prabhupada is highlighting it. How it is extremely important, and the reason also is extremely important, even if you are knowledgeable, to strictly follow the order of the Lord. Because every living entity, from Brahma, topmost living entity, Prabhupada says even Brahma, subject to these 4 defects, except when strictly following the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And one strictly follows the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then he becomes free from the defects, 4 defects of conditional life. 4 defects of conditional life, what does it cause? It causes misjudgment, deviation from truth, because of our defective senses, including the mind. When one speculates, one may be very intelligent, very sharp logic, but invariably, if one depends on one's own thinking, then he is sure to create a distorted perception. These are all things that we have to accept. Generally, what we think is, somehow if my thinking is perfect, I am happy, I will hold on to it. Many of our thinking, it appears to be very perfect for us, perfect logic. I am sure this is right, I am sure this is right. But the spiritual principle is not that. Spiritual principle is to, in toto, take whatever the spiritual master says as the right thing. Following his instruction, in toto as it is, saves us from falling into ignorance. Ignorance never goes with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Supreme Personality of Godhead is all knowledge, free from illusion. Mind can spin illusions. One should always know this capacity of the mind to spin illusions. Because it is inherent, intrinsic disability of a jiva, that we have to accept. That I can never be perfect in my perception of reality and analysis of reality. Everywhere Maya can enter. So the only way, that is the whole Vedic knowledge itself, the process is descending process of knowledge. How many of us have understood everything that Prabhupada said in terms of jnana, in terms of realization, and then surrendered to Krishna? No. He surrendered to Krishna. Ultimate real surrender happened only when we decided to take the understanding of the spiritual master in the descending process. We developed faith in Srila Prabhupada, that he is bringing down the perfect knowledge in Guru Parampara. And without that conviction that there is perfectness in what Srila Prabhupada said, we did not accept him as a spiritual master. The basis for accepting Srila Prabhupada as a spiritual master, because he is saying so many things which we cannot assess, we cannot find, we cannot measure, we cannot ascertain. The descending process of knowledge means we have to receive with faith the source of knowledge that is coming from the supreme source, which is all perfect. And when we accept that, then along with that, the mercy of Krishna passes through such personalities who strictly follow the words of the spiritual master as it is. We accept the instruction of spiritual master first, and second we analyze. Analysis has a role to deepen our understanding of what Srila Prabhupada said. He said Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, revealing from the Shastras. And we accept that. And then gradually during the journey of our spiritual life, under his instruction, we realize deeper and deeper what is this meaning of Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. First it may be at a very intellectual level, then it goes to a feeling level or realization level of seeing things as they are. In reality, realizing that Krishna in fact is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is a method, and this is the path of self-realization is delayed only because we do not adopt the instructions of the spiritual master as it is. And there are different kinds of instructions of the spiritual master. Spiritual master's instruction, revelation of the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Spiritual master's instruction of personal instruction, what one should do, what one should not do, like controlling the senses, chanting 16 rounds, following all the other principles. This is one kind of instruction. His teachings, how to practice in our practical devotional service, that is another kind of instruction. Then there is another kind of instruction which is what is his mission. He reveals what is his mission. And about the mission, how that mission can be achieved. That also he gives instruction. And we all know that Srila Prabhupada is the empowered Acharya who has brought into the hearts of millions of souls, continuing to bring into the hearts of millions of souls the Nama Avatara, the sound incarnation, as predicted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatara. Just like Kapila Avatara was fathered by Kardama Muni. Similarly, we have to see without any doubt that Srila Prabhupada has fathered by taking Krishna consciousness movement all over the world, by spreading specifically in the form of the holy name Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It is not that, we tell some people they are chanting Hare Krishna. Where did it all originate? Right? The holy name, incarnation of the Lord, appeared 5,000 years back, 500 years back, through the lotus lips of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he spread the Sankirtana, and then it was left to be, Srila Prabhupada was left to be blessed to carry this to the rest of the world. So even in that count, as a personality who has contributed to this world, forget as an individual spiritual master. Like Kapila has contributed this incarnation for a specific purpose of expounding Sankhya philosophy, Srila Prabhupada is that Shakti Avesha Avatara who took the Nama Avatara all over the world. To further fulfill eventually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction of the golden age, where every town and village will be influenced by this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Incarnation means Krishna himself so powerful. All the incarnations, we can see their extraordinary power to achieve anything in this material world. Extraordinary. Just like when Prabhupada was asked if he could do a miracle by the common man in a Pandal program in Chowpatty, Bombay. Prabhupada said, my miracle is this. He pointed out to all the other white devotees who were sitting on the stage. And then he added, I have not created this miracle. The miracle is a miracle of performed by Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nama Prabhu is active as an incarnation in this material world now. Active incarnation all over the world, descending into millions of tongues. And straight shortcut to Krishna consciousness, shortcut back to Godhead, shortcut to Sattva-guna, everything simply by associating with this holy name. So, Prabhupada's, the spiritual master's instruction is also, as I explained, in different aspects. I should follow Guru's instruction, what he has told to a disciple. I am his disciple. Chant 16 rounds, follow regulative principles. I should do that every day without fail. Personal instruction to every disciple. Read my books. Follow that. If you have doubt, read again and again. Follow that. Stay in the association of Vaishnavas. Follow that strictly. So like that, as a person, so many instructions are given. And the personality, Srila Prabhupada, is my spiritual master. He is not only my spiritual master, he is an Acharya of the world, Acharya for the world. So he has so many desires as an Acharya of the world. A disciple's duty is to please him by carrying out his desires, to preach Krishna consciousness. He has only one desire, to preach Krishna consciousness. And for that, there are instructions specifically how to expand preaching Krishna consciousness. That kind of instruction is different from your personal instructions to us. So we follow all the regulative principles, we follow chanting 16 rounds, we follow all other things that Prabhupada has said with respect to my own spiritual life. But also, the next step of the disciple is to execute the mission of the spiritual master. So to execute the mission of the spiritual master also, there are certain instructions. And this instruction on initiation by Prabhupada in his institution, it is an institutional directive issued in July 9, 1977. That instruction of July 9, 1977, it is equally sanctified instruction as chanting 16 rounds is. If you want to serve spiritual master, in toto, in the exact way that he has asked us to do, just like Kardama Muni and Devavati, they followed exactly the instructions of Brahma, and Brahma is very happy with that. And Prabhupada is explaining in these purports, the second and the third purport, how if you want to receive that mercy from the parampara, then in toto you have to follow Srila Prabhupada's instruction as it is. There is no question of giving interpretations. There is no question of, applying our mind. After Srila Prabhupada left this physical body in 1977, some devotees, they fall into a very big trap. And when one does not follow the instruction, Prabhupada says, one becomes fallen. Fallen means what? Disconnected from the whole. Disconnected from the whole means disconnected from the parampara with respect to that particular function of satisfying the mission of the Acharya. You can get disconnected in many ways. Lord is very kind. Okay, in one sense, if you are weak and you don't do to your material desires, you disobey one thing, then something else you follow. Lord is very merciful, spiritual master is very merciful. They give credit for whatever, it is not like 0 or 1. Some credit he will give. But who gets the full mercy of being blessed to serve his mission? Because the one who follows in toto what Prabhupada said, in July 9th letter of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada clearly says, without any ambiguity, how initiation should happen. And he says everybody will be his disciples. And to finer details he has given. So there is no need to guess. There is no need to, let's have a debate on Guru issue. What Guru issue? You created that issue out of your mind. There is no Guru issue. The entire idea that there is a Guru issue is an offense to Prabhupada. Because is there anything confusing in the July 9th letter? No. How does the July 9th letter begin with? For the purposes of first and second initiation. That means it is addressed to the institution, and he says, for the purpose of first and second initiation, I will appoint, His Divine Grace has appointed Ritviks, representative of the Acharyas. And it says, Prabhupada says, henceforward, this should be the system. That also is given. So unless there is another letter countermanding that, no, I have told this, it is only temporary. When I am sick, I am giving this. Nothing is there in that letter. Now I am unable to initiate, therefore I am having this system. Nothing is mentioned. The form of the letter, if you see, it is such a incisive, exact instruction. So even if we think that there is a Guru issue, there are two opinions, it is offensive for us to think. We, the adherents of the July 9th letter, we should never think there are two opinions. They are creating that there are two opinions. Understand, if July 9th letter was not given by Srila Prabhupada, it's understood. We all will be lost in darkness. And that is how they talk. We are all lost in darkness. Prabhupada went away without telling how initiation should happen. He was so meticulous about everything that he told, he established in this institution. This one thing he forgot to tell. Prabhupada is so, his attachment to ISKCON, he said ISKCON is my body. His attachment to ISKCON was so much because he's thinking this will deliver the world. So much is his attachment. He will go away without a clear instruction to everybody? No. That is why he put in writing and signed A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy. So then they start so many interpretations. No, it is not signed by Prabhupada. It's signed by Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Tamal Krishna Goswami. It was written by secretary. Prabhupada, he took the letter. Secretary, you take letter, many things he'll sign, no? So like that it is signed. That is the basis of continuing the parampara. That is the logic for continuing the parampara in, deviating from it. So as I said, this is an instruction as to how to carry out his mission. There are many instructions. Some regulative principle is an instruction. You may not be able to carry out. It will affect you. But if you want the exact result of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, not following the regulative principles will hit you. That is, you are damaging yourself. But here in the institution, by not following the July 9 directive, you are damaging his mission. You see? In one case, you are making an offense to your process of sadhana, devotion service, something you are not following exactly. By not following the instructions of the spiritual master for his mission, we are making an offense to his vision. You're shortcutting his vision. Anyway, if you cannot do something, if you cannot do everything that I said, at least do something. Lord and his devotee is very kind. And he has, his mercy is still flowing. Different patches, Krishna consciousness is expanding. By following some concocted system, where if you make one mistake, that will lead to another mistake, another mistake, another mistake. So their guru system is like that. They make one mistake of declaring people as the acharya, declaring people as, sitting in the parampara after Srila Prabhupada. And so many mistakes have happened. Fall downs. After fall down, then they say that next you have to take a re-initiation from somebody. And they take re-initiation, he also falls down. Like that, there are devotees who have taken 3 re-initiations. See, the anomaly is created. Why it is created? First mistake is not following the July 9th letter. Anyway, that's a whole list of things, how complicated, and they're still researching Guru Tattva. There's a committee which is researching Guru Tattva. All possible systems they are looking into, except Ritvik. This we will not look into. It's a very peculiar situation. I was arguing with somebody in the other camp. I was telling that you all agree that we have not understood the Guru Tattva. He's saying, we all agree. I said, no, we have no confusion. No need to understand Guru Tattva because our Guru is Srila Prabhupada. No need to research. You can go on researching. They are going on researching. And he said, you have to work. He was preaching to me that you have to work within the system. I said, okay, we are ready to work within the system. Will you allow us into the system? He had no answer. You are not allowing us to system. Then, that you are right, he said. GBC did a wrong thing. Even Ritvik should have a place in ISKCON. And then you can go on. I said, yes, you accept that. Then we'll all sit and discuss. If you have any doubts on Guru Tattva, we will tell you. we will clarify. We will clarify. Arey, what big philosophy is required? One letter is there, black and white he has written. Every step is written. Who does the yajna, who gives the thread, who gives the mantra, where their name enters. Everything is given to that degree of detail he has given. And it is not only one letter is there. So many places Prabhupada said, everybody become Guru, 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 Guru. We are also saying, our mission is same. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said, everybody should become a Guru. But they should become Siksha Gurus, teacher Gurus. Diksha Guru means you are accepting the responsibility of that person to be taken back to God and deliver that soul to Krishna. That Guru Prabhupada does not say everybody become. In fact, Prabhupada says, best not to accept disciples. That is given to selected souls empowered to sit in the Guru Parampara. That is given to them. That is endowed. That job is endowed to them. Making it like ordinary, it's a transcendental parampara. It is not, if you simply say Guru Parampara, when we say Guru Parampara, when Prabhupada says Guru Parampara, he means it's the chain of perfect personalities. Even music has Guru Parampara. Even massage has Guru Parampara. Correct? Definitely, for massage Guru Parampara, you cannot learn massage without a living person. Somebody has to teach, hey, aisa press karo, aisa press karo. He has to press and show, he learns, look and learn. This is spiritual Guru Parampara, perfect spiritual masters, Guru Parampara. Not even ordinary, traditional also, Guru Parampara has got a traditional word. Guru. Spiritually also. He is one sadhu, he is his disciple, hey mera disciple, hey mera disciple. It is not a loose definition of Guru Parampara. We can all temporarily, when you speak as it is, what Prabhupada says, then for that moment you are representing the Guru Parampara. Some personality has to take that position permanently of sitting in the disciplic succession. He has to be as good as God. He has to attain that nature. Or somebody who has attained that nature has come down to do this service to Krishna as it is to follow. If you see Prabhupada's, everywhere, wherever my secret of success, when people ask, what he says, the principle of Guru Parampara. I simply followed what my spiritual master said. So the source of spiritual power, the source of power to carry on the mission of the Lord is always coming in a descending process. That Shakti also comes in a descending process. So we have taken up this, Prabhupada has, as I started saying, many prayers, many pockets, different gurus, guru camps are there, their guru projects are there, and devotees are, being preached. And they take initiation, chanting 16 rounds, all, and then they're not aware of this particular thing, of July 9 letter of Prabhupada. So while Prabhupada is mercifully allowing them to do what they can, if you cannot do 100% of what I say, do whatever. It is so rare even to get people to chant Hare Krishna. And even rarer to get people who will tell others to chant Hare Krishna. So why would Prabhupada stop or Krishna stop his mercy? You know not. But Prabhupada also planned. The parampara should continue as it is. The mission should continue as I have instructed. And if some of his disciples wants to strictly follow his instruction, he blesses. And we can see that we have been blessed. We cannot say it is, you're too early to say we are blessed. No, after 23 years I am telling. In 2000 we started. We've been very cautious. We know, we are sure. that we are not following any speculative guru process. We are following strictly Srila Prabhupada's instruction. And still we were very careful. Am I concocting? I am subject to 4 defects. Am I taking this? In fact, somebody asked me in the early days that you are also subject to 4 defects. So you are taking a decision, this July 9 letter is the way Prabhupada wanted. I said, it is in black and white, is the safest, of much better than your speculation. I follow this because I don't have any other instruction of Prabhupada on this to the institution. I do not have. And we are I have been personally been very cautious that I should not be too sure. We are sure of that this is instruction of Prabhupada in black and white. And they used to say that this letter is written temporarily because Prabhupada was sick. Therefore, now I am not initiating temporary system. That's their argument. They accept this July 9 letter, but it's a temporary system. We say where it is written, it's a temporary system. It's not written. So we will follow this. Still very cautious. That's why I said after 23 years I am telling that yes, Prabhupada has blessed us. He's blessed us. You are all seeing now. Some of you are, 20 years or 23 years old. You are just born. You waited till you became this age to gladly, to confidently say that Srila Prabhupada is happy with us. And with few of us strictly adhering to Srila Prabhupada's instruction, we cannot imagine the empowerment that our group has got. Let's not take for granted what Hare Krishna movement has achieved in the last 2 decades. It is not possible for us as individuals to have created. Especially in the midst of so much attack, so much of vilification. Not possible to have take Hyderabad itself here. How much difficulties after getting this land. From the locals, from the slum here, from MLA, politicians. You can imagine, already Satyagaur is very short. But 23 years back, what a tender mind he had. Now he is aged 23 years more. And he could withstand all this. Fight against MLAs. Going to the court. It is glorious. If you see the mercy of Prabhupada that has flown in this Golden Hill, Golden Temple, unbelievable. Not only locals, not only MLAs, our own ISKCON. Now Hare Krishna movement has overgrown. It's not my word. One of the bureau members said, in Hyderabad you have overgrown ISKCON. And it is quantifiable, not simply we are saying quantifiable. and how Prabhupada has guided us to come to Narasimha. It was a small shed. One stone building is there, you can see up above the temple. Maybe you don't notice it because of all these things that has come afterwards. That was the only building that was there. And on the Swayambhu Narasimha, around that rock, one asbestos shed was there. So Lord Narasimha said, come here. And under his protection, all this wonderful seva has happened. Where are we sitting? Banjara Hills. The most expensive place in Hyderabad. And not one small site. Acres. And its shape has changed. Here, everywhere shape. It was all rocky, everything. And it only could walk up and come to this, just to reach the temple. Otherwise it was all broken rock and quarry kind of thing. Now you see all this, oh nice flat area for parking so many cars. You know how much earth has gone to fill that? And over and above that, now next temple, Narasimha. Oh my God! Massive temple it is. You have seen the tower, no? After the design manifest, you sit and you are bewildered. That means he is doing all this. None of us can take ownership for this. Prabhupada is active. Prabhupada is our leader. He is leading the expansion of this Krishna consciousness movement everywhere. He is leading. We always consider that. They say you need a living person. A spiritual master is always living. How can spiritual master die? You need a living guru, they say. What they mean is you need a... Actually, they should be saying you need living Vaishnavas. That is one of the limbs of progressing in Krishna consciousness. So you need to be with living Vaishnavas. So that association is there. One of the important limbs of bhakti is to be in the association of Vaishnavas. Living, physically living, when you have a physical body, you should live with Vaishnavas. That they converted into living guru. Okay, you are initiated by Prabhupada before 1977. So Prabhupada, 1977, he wound up his lila in his body. Now, do you need a living guru? Will you go and find a living guru and take initiation again? No. So this living guru philosophy is completely nonsense. Completely nonsense. And they convince neophytes by saying that, see, there is no living guru. If you do a mistake, who will chastise you? Who will correct you? Who will put you on the right track? What is the answer? Prabhupada, he left behind his books and also he left behind his institution. July 9th letter cannot be followed without an institution. That also you understand. Cannot be followed without an institution because it's a letter to the institution. The essential ingredients of an institution that it does to the spiritual life of a devotee has to be there to follow spiritual love. Therefore, when Prabhupada was on this planet till 1977, Did he chastise everybody? Did he physically come and stay in each temple? 5,000 disciples he initiated and he corrected them? No. Did they not make advancement in Krishna consciousness? They did. Why? Because founder Acharya, he set up, as a founder and Acharya, he set up an institution which is also his vision, which is also his system. So that, in that sense, living association is through an institutional setup. There's GBC, there is temple president, there is this, there is a collective effort, all representing Srila Prabhupada. As long as we don't represent Prabhupada in anything, then we are not representing him. So we should be very careful that we should represent Prabhupada in giving association to younger devotees. Very important that one gets association from more advanced devotees, more number of years and practice and being a disciple, one gets more realizations. One has to take association from them. That we agree. That is required. So don't get carried away by such things that in their living Guru. Guru is always living. All these things you can see, Prabhupada already has answered all these things. People have asked this question when Prabhupada was there. And Prabhupada said, spiritual master is always living. He said, always living. Then they say, okay, if he is living, then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is living, Bhakti Vinod Thakur is living. I said, he is living. He is living. Then I can take initiation from him. No, you cannot. Did he say that? Did he issue a July 9th letter? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati? No, he did not. Prabhupada issued a letter essentially saying, I will be the current link. He uses the word current link. One should take initiation from the current link. So superficial arguments they give, then everything will collapse. Somebody will go to Bhakti Siddhanta, somebody will go to Bhakti Vinod Thakur, somebody will go to somebody will go to directly to Krishna. That also they say. Go directly to Krishna. They completely defeat thoroughly arguments that we never make. They create arguments and they defeat it. And the innocent people, when they create the argument, they take that as, oh, it's my real question. And the answer comes, you are right. You need a living Guru. Trap, you see, thinking trap. Put both question and answer. Put question and agitate the mind and then give the answer. And the devotee never questions, did I have this question? Did I have this question at all? So, everything has to be understood in its proper perspective. Sometimes in our camp also, devotees, they generalize, they make mistakes. They say that devotees in that camp won't make progress in spiritual life. No, they won't make a progress in the matter of a united movement which will receive the mercy from the Guru Parampara with respect to expanding the mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is the only difference between us. They remain split into different Guru camps. And if they are chanting Hare Krishna, they get the benefit of Hare Krishna. all these things, because it is Prabhupada, how can Prabhupada reject 100%? That's also a mistake. They say that Prabhupada is only in their camp and there is no Prabhupada in our camp. क्या बोलता है? In fact, some of them say, no, we will not take prasadam there because it is not prasadam. Let us not make those mistakes. Guru and Krishna has the great quality of forgiving. If they are doing mistake also, are they doing Guru Puja every day in their temples? Prabhupada Puja? They're doing. So only difference is this. Otherwise, we have to understand. This is another argument. If they are wrong, why they are progressing? Why their temples are, now there are 700 temples. Like this. Earlier it was this much. Prabhupada, when he left, it was 100 temples. Now we have added 600 temples. I would say if they followed Prabhupada's July 9th letter, 7,000 temples would have been there. Such a powerful movement. All foundation is set by Srila Prabhupada. There would be 7,000. Any questions? Yeah.
You mentioned about they are not following the design and the damage in Prabhupada's mission. Prabhupada's mission was damaged by actually, if you see Prabhupada's mission, there are three most vital aspects of Prabhupada's mission. One is Diksha. Prabhupada gave
Diksha.
and made the converted them into white manas. So this is one very important aspect of Prabhupada's mission.
What was it first?
Initiate, Diksha.
Diksha.
Diksha. Second one is books. The third one is deities, temples, deity worship. So now they change the system of initiation. They change the system of deity worship, and they change the books also. So in every aspect, they are damaging Prabhupada's mission.
Correct. These are three important aspects of the mission. Very good point. You see, this changing books. Books is the basis of continuing of parampara. Books are the basis. Because where is parampara? Prabhupada says as long as, the definition of disciplic succession is alive as long as the disciplic conclusion of the teachings is passed on. Like in our Guru Parampara list, you will see so many 200 years, 300 years gap is there in one name to another name. It is set up because it is through this person, what is left by that person was as it is propagated. Key persons, not somebody else did not do. The key persons who continued this, who are the cause for today's Bhaktivedanta Swamy Prabhupada message he delivered. The cause for that message was these people. So disciplic succession continues. So this is one thing. Then deity worship system that Prabhupada set up. A very key aspect of it also they changed. Prabhupada said everything has to be offered first to the spiritual master. And then spiritual master will take it to Krishna. But they have changed that system by offering not to Prabhupada, but taking permission from Prabhupada. At least they say so. I don't know what that means, permission. And then offer it to Krishna. But Krishna Prabhupada has clearly said, it is spiritual master's business to offer to Krishna. The disciple's seva has to be taken by the spiritual master and offered to Krishna. You are surpassing the spiritual master when you want to do, especially a personal service like feeding the deities. What authority, what purity we have to go near Krishna. The deities in the altar or Krishna himself has come down. So with great reverence, we should stand before the deity. With the permission of the spiritual master, everything by the grace, you stand in the altar, it is by the grace of Srila Prabhupada that I am having the capacity to even stand here. That consciousness will be offenseless consciousness before the deity. Now we have installed Radha Govinda here. Devotees should be very cautious, more cautious. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranitai, forgives offenses. After forgiving the offenses and Srila Prabhupada teaching us how to serve Radha Govinda, for how many years Utsav were there? 10 years? No. 6-7 years. 6-7 years the devotees here have, by mercy of Prabhupada and Gauranitai, they have learnt how to stand before Radha Krishna. So therefore Radha Krishna Moreover has manifested. So with great caution we worship Radha Govinda, and their mercy will flow unlimitedly. Very soon the Narasimha temple, what is the name given for that temple? Heritage, Heritage Tower. Heritage Tower will be manifesting like a dream. Suppose you go to sleep, wake up after 4 years, by the side of that site, you will see the temple. And you know, kind of people, like take the example of ISKCON Bangalore, especially after COVID. The number of people who are visiting there is amazing. Earlier it was, daily was some 7,000-8,000. Now it has gone to 12,000. Earlier I always remember this score when you read before the deities, the number of people who received the holy name. Weekdays it was only about 1,000 or something. Now every day I am reading 2,500, 3,000 people weekdays. And Saturday, Sunday, 7,000 people are hearing Prabhupada chanting and going. In fact, I would say that the outsiders are coming and performing a very powerful Sankirtana in that Hare Krishna hill. And that Sankirtana is powering this Akshaya Patra. These are not surprising things. They are there. When you are well connected to the Guru Parampara and you follow Prabhupada, be patient. Slow and steady wins the race. So changing books, potency is lost. Deity worship, potency is lost. The only potency that is there is anybody there sincerely chants, because holy name anyway, super merciful. Kali Kale Nama Rupa Avatara. Very difficult to offend the holy name unless you chant. Huh? Unless you chant, only when you chant you can make offenses to holy name. So like that, general population also are freed from offenses to the holy name. When you chant, and if you free from offenses, in you chant, you get Krishna. And you get wonderful results. Because no niyama, nothing for holy name. That is why these are all big, great signs. That's why it is working. They are also making some progress because of following Prabhupada's instruction of 16 rounds. If you say no, then you are making offense to the holy name. Somebody is chanting 16 rounds every day will not make progress. Make progress. So we are not fanatics. We are following the truth here, we are following the truth there. We understand the truth there, we understand the truth here. Not fanatics. Generally they say these are Ritviks or heretics, fanatics. No, we are not. Sober people. Very, very sober people. Fanatic means you go kill the other side. Shia and Sunnis. Like that. We are not. Wrong things to compare all this. Krishna consciousness is a knowledge moment. You're saying something? Yeah. They are so fanatic. Every possible understanding of Guru system. Guru is Madhyamadhikari, Guru can be Kanishtadhikari, Guru can fall down, the reinitiation can be taken, the Madhyamadhikari Guru can be worshipped, and knowing very well that he will fall down. All these things are allowed in ISKCON. A disciple, a member of ISKCON is not expelled if he has any of this understanding. But if he has the understanding of July 9th letter, he will be expelled. Very sick situation. One who understands this whole thing will see that it's a very sick situation. It's not oversimplified that you have one understanding, they have one understanding. Total. We who have practiced this, we don't accept the statement. You have one understanding, our own. We have Prabhupada's understanding. See, just like you see, so many people will say, Prabhupada is Bhagavad Gita as it is. Correct? As it is. Why is he saying as it is? Still he has given a purport. Then only sloka should be given. You still have given a purport. Why are you saying as it is? Because the purport is as it is. What is in Krishna's mind? That's the purport. As it is. What is the proof for that? No, so many other people will say, there are hundreds of Bhagavad Gita. That Prabhupada himself explained in the introduction. Hundreds of Bhagavad Gitas are there. Because it is the truth. Now you take it and you experience it. I cannot prove to you. I have written Bhagavad Gita as it is. You take it and this is the truth. I am saying it is a truth. This is what is in Krishna's mind when he spoke each of these things. This is a truth. Because certain things are followed by Prabhupada to read it as it is. Only a devotee can read Krishna's mind as it is. So many supporting states. Similarly, we have undisputed instruction of Prabhupada. They are not saying that it is a forged letter, it is a fabricated letter. No. Instruction. Supported by a conversation where few GBCs went to Prabhupada and asked this question. How first and second initiation will go on in this movement? This also you should know. The GBCs knew Prabhupada was sick. Anytime he will leave. So they sat together, GBC. All the GBCs sat together and they all prepared a set of questions. 5 questions. 5 questions they wrote down. And let everybody not go because that room is small and only 4 or 5 of us will go. How many? 6. 6 persons shall go to Prabhupada with these questions. And that's recorded, that conversation. So first question was, Srila Prabhupada, how first and second initiation will go on? Particularly when you are no longer with us is a question. And Prabhupada said, very soon I will appoint some of you to act as officiating acharyas. Stop there. What is the first thing he said? Officiating acharyas. I will appoint some of you to act as officiating acharyas. The answer is what? He did not say, I will appoint some of you as gurus. Simple answer, no, he could have given, I will appoint some of you as gurus. He said, no, that means some meaning is there, different from guru, which is officiating acharya. So recently, when I was having that conversation with that leader in the other side, I was telling, at least you follow this one, no. We will think officiating acharya is what we think now. You think officiating acharya is guru. At least one step towards following the instruction of Prabhupada we have gone. Why is it you have no courage to say those who initiate are officiating acharyas, undisputed, no interpretations required? No, in the same conversation Prabhupada said, disciple of my disciple. No, Prabhupada said there is no disciple of, and then you are saying yes, said disciple of disciple. In that letter he says, unless I order, there is no disciple of disciple. Because they were very ambitious, they are pushing, when will become guru? Officiating Arya is okay, when will become guru? Whose disciples they are? They are anxious about that. Prabhupada is not even contemplating. Another argument is so many instructions Prabhupada has given, and for such an important thing like initiation, only one letter. There's nothing to change. Everything was going on as it is. That letter simply says, continue doing what you are doing now. What they were doing now at that time? Everybody was becoming Prabhupada's disciple. In America, Homa was being done, Mala was given by devotees. Letter, only name was given by Prabhupada by letter. That was the last step Srila Prabhupada also delegated. It's also clear to us. So, it's like that. Like Prabhupada, if you ask proof of Prabhupada as it is, he will say, you eat and see. Read, practice and see. Otherwise, he cannot give any proof. He cannot give any proof. Similarly, as it is, we are following the July 9th letter of Srila Prabhupada. Apart from that proof, there is no other proof. So, we have no debate at all. Big issue, come, stay within us and then we will debate. But to stay within us, first you have to accept a Guru, other than Prabhupada. Grandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Hare Krishna movement ki,